Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? On the job site today, this is the kitchen install where I'm kind of the finish guy. I'm just coming in and doing everything else but. The kitchen has been installed by the Amish. The flooring before that was installed by the Amish. The demo done by the homeowner. I'm just kind of the installer guy. I think I'll be the tile guy. I'm the lights guy. I'm the, whatever else guy. So I'm just I'm just kind of the finisher. Today, I had to take a soffit down, drill a hole, 4-inch hole for an old work box, and then I had to put a light under the sink. I don't have any befores, but I'll show you after. And the other thing I'm doing today is I'm taking down a ceiling fan and just installing a new one, and then I believe this one is remote control, so one switch will turn the whole thing on, and then they can leave it on and just use the remote control, and I'll put the holder up on the wall. Lovely job site today. It's a little bit warm, but I'll take it. I have the smart bench out with on its cart because I'm on a flat surface. Over there is the transport cart. Wheeled it all out, and I didn't need it for much. It's a nice flat surface. I did actually have to drill that hole. I wanted to clamp everything down and secure it to make sure that when I went through that soffit there was no scattering or chasing of the hole saw. And I had the bench today, so there was no reason not to set it up. It was that easy, and I really appreciate now having these lightweight benches that actually fit in my aisle, transport easily. I am likely, as today as an example, to set this thing up, even if I only need it for like 10-15 minutes. I'll bring the new fan out, open it up out here, check out all the parts, see what assembly I can do here before I take it all in there and then assemble it. It's a beautiful surface to work on. If I had a little bit more space, I'd come in here out of the shade. In truth, it's on wheels. I could take that and wheel it down into the shade and work on it there. I will do that. It's a lovely day when the cart is under the bench and the bench will roll into shade. That is not a good day. That's a great day. I cannot tell you how cool that is to be able to move from here into the shade just for the purposes of opening that box and enjoying some shade. Mobile carts. I went 5 years with that 100-pounder, and well, 100 plus with all the with sawhorses and spreader shelf. But to move that without a cart was non-trivial. I mean, you almost had to break the bench down, move it, reset the bench up. Oh wow! Mobility, man, oh man, as Tony's uncle would say. That is cool. I have a flat surface. Right now I just decided to be outside rather than be inside on a countertop, or actually there are no countertops, be on the floor trying to assemble this thing. So I have a flat surface. I have a wonderful day. Awesome. And I get to use my magnetic screwdriver set. I bought those specifically for ceiling fans, putting in those screws up at the canopy, and then the screw drops and it goes down inside the fan housing. What is that screw going to be doing down inside this housing where there are moving parts? And so do I take it all, especially if you wired it, then do I take it all down and upend it and try and get that screw out? So I bought the magnetic screwdriver set to make sure that at least I had a little bit more of a grip on the screw, one more chance not to lose that screw down in the housing. Because this is the top here. This is the canopy area. So this is all I get. They did not provide a ground wire. Okay, I've got a neutral, but I don't have a ground wire. But they have a ground screw there. Went in the magic trailer, looked around for some low voltage wire. So I went ahead, found this, took some of the white, cut it to where I wanted it to, assembled the ground screw in there, got it all attached, and then I labeled it with my green tape. Here's just showing my work setup and the tools that I am using. Here's those screwdrivers that I'm using with the magnetic tips, and where I'm set up at. When I'm back again, I will be attending to the plumbing. I've got to get new valves ready to go before the countertops come in. And then after that, I'm just waiting on countertops for the dishwasher install, wheel in the stove as well and plug that in, and then just under-sink plumbing. Oh, I have some attic venting that I have to do. Hey folks, Steve here, coming to you from an attic. Man, it's a cool day outside, but it is nice and toasty up here. There's a new ceiling fan I put in, and they couldn't decide on what type of venting, so I just said I'll put in the flexible, and they said all right. So I've got it all the way up to here, and it's hard plumbed, of course, into that, and that leads out. So they're completely vented now. Everything's going to, as far as the moisture and everything that they're going to vent out of their bathrooms, that's going to go up and out where it should, rather than accumulating up in here. Like probably a higher percentage than we would feel comfortable with are actually going to vent just into the attic, and they didn't do anything else with it. Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? Hey, on a job site today. Ideal job site as far as it goes. Today there's not much work. I have a lot more things to do here, but I have to wait until countertops are in because I'm working on a kitchen. However, beautiful driveway, beautiful sunny day, trailer right there ready to go, and 7 steps. I'm in the garage, and then right through that door, and I'm in the kitchen. Oh, man. This is nice. This is very, very nice. If I have any kind of footage, I'll stick it in here as far as the project goes itself. Spence on a job site, right? Here's just a quick tour of this little bit of a job site that I've got going on, showing what I'm covering, showing what I'm working on. There's where the microwave, of course, is going to go. I've already started some of that process. You can see what I've covered up, the walkway getting there. I do not want to obviously destroy their brand new floors. I'll eventually install a dishwasher in that cavity. Here is where the microwave will go. I've already started the electricity. And I'm testing the outlet. Once it's installed, it's ready to go. And here's just a quick shot of the microwave already installed. Hey, how you doing folks? Steve here. I'm back at my kitchen install. Again, flooring was done by the Amish, fabricated and installed. A different shop did the cabinetry and installed all of that. I'm just the details guy, and that's cool. I'm just in and out 100 times, but I'm in and out. And today is dishwasher, faucet, plumbing, all underneath there, no disposal, rolling in and plugging in the stove, and I'm assuming I have to wire the cord in to accommodate all of that. I have put down the really heavy-duty ram board. I think this is builder's board from my local facility, maybe like a Do-It-Best center. But anyway, I got the heavy cardboard down, taped down, and then I have 1/8-inch tempered hardboard. Both appliances will come in through this door. Matter of fact, I think you can see right there the dishwasher. Now I do have this kind of floating piece right here, close to 3x3. And that floating piece will serve me for getting that in and getting that in over there. I think I've got this covered. I won't have to necessarily tape that down until I go to install and then kind of roll everything in, get things leveled up, whatever I need to do. But floors will be protected at that point, which is a primary concern. Well, here's the before. And of course, I'll show you afterwards. On a previous visit, I installed that microwave, so hopefully they have been using it. You can see all the surfaces are very, very well protected. With anything that I'm going to lay down on surfaces, I'm going to protect those surfaces. Even over here, I have a towel down for just like my phone and just a couple of small tools and my drinks. Even when the clients aren't here, I'm very aware I do not want to A, damage anything, and B, I want to be very respectful of what they have invested hard-earned money in. I want to be respectful of that. Well, I am going to tackle the quote-unquote hardest project first, which is simply the most detail-oriented, and that's going to be the dishwasher install. After that, it'll be the faucet, then it'll be the drain plumbing, then it'll be the stove to wrap up. So if I had any footage of that installation, I can't find it anywhere. But the installation went very well. I finished everything. Then I was called back several weeks later to tile the backsplash and wrap up, and I do have a finished video showing the space after it's completed, coming right up after all of this tile. Hey, good morning folks, Steve here. How are you doing? On my way to a tile job today, so right here I'm starting to stage my tile tools that will go in the aisle, and I have a few other things. So, I'm just kind of getting ready to go. I should have done this last night, but I didn't. Now, here is one thing I can say about this small trailer. I love this small trailer, all decked out with the smart arrangement from Ron Polk, and it's just incredibly organized, and it has never failed me yet, and it never will. I cannot imagine a time when this organization level would fail me. I will say, not about that, but about the trailer itself. 6x10 V-nose trailer, 6-foot height, I think. Single axle, 5,000 pound axle. I had that swapped out 2, 3, 4 years ago, whenever it was, because I wasn't suspicious. I think I knew I was overweight, so I went ahead and made sure I wasn't. I'm out here this morning and thinking, hey, I want to take just one bench, Therefore, I can take one cart, because when I pull one bench off, one cart will sit on the transport cart, and then I'll just clamp it and it'll ride just fine. So yay, I get to take that. Because I'm doing tile today, I don't need the smart station. I'll just take the smart bench as a flat surface. I also have to do just a little bit of table saw ripping, so I'm going to go ahead and take my table saw cradle, and it works with the smart bench, and that's wonderful. Hey folks, Steve here. How are you doing? Well, here's my job site today. It is very late, and clouds are moving in. It's supposed to rain again. So I've been fighting the rain a little bit, but cutting tile. Here's my tile saw. It's a Cobalt, $400 or $500 price point. I can't remember which. I tried to go big, and it'll cut larger format tile for me, for what I do. A couple of buckets, one for fall off, one actually to recycle the water through. I don't put the pump in the tray. I actually put the pump down in the bucket and let it do from there, and then I drain right back into the bucket again. Beyond that, I have my smart bench set up. I needed it earlier for a few other things, and then it just became staging for tile, where I could dry it off, I could lay it out, do whatever I needed to do, and it was an entire backsplash. I'll show you before I leave what it looks like. All the tile is now in, and grouting tomorrow, and then probably caulking on Monday, because today's Saturday. All right, well, wonderful thing, and that's why it's covered. Well, I was going to cover it with plastic anyway because of the water with the tile and everything, but then it became necessary because of all of the rainy weather that moved in this afternoon. This morning, this just absolutely gorgeous. I was able to pull off on the side there. I had to drop the trailer in order to unload my truck because all the tile stuff was in my truck, because I had my bench and everything in the aisleway. So, all right, well, it's getting late. I am done with tile, and I need to get this all picked up, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be raining, but I'll be doing grout. Okay, and Magic Trailer came through again literally just moments ago. Here's what I've got. On this Decora plate, the bottom screw can be a long screw because of the clearance of the tile. The top screw, however, needs to be one of the Decora screws that is only about 1/4 inch long. That original cover plate did not have the short screws with it when I got here. I was able to take a long screw. I was able to thread it into my wire strippers, which have the ability to cut down 632 and 832 screws, and then retap them. So I was able to actually fabricate a small screw. Well, the punch list is as follows. Today when I showed up, this is what I've got going on. Wipe down the counters, pull the floor covering off, and then get ready to clean up and load out. Good stuff. Already got the check. Getting paid. That's why I do it. All right, so time to set the stove, then pull the floor covering, do a quick clean out, do a quick clean up, and then a load out, and I'm ready to rock and roll, and then I have to actually go do some cabinet deliveries. Yay. Also, aside from the ram board that I put down just for dropping tools or anything like that and the heavy traffic I would have, I put down a piece of 1/8 inch hardboard, obviously, so that's how I could roll this thing out or slide it out and not worry about damaging this brand new floor. Old cabinets were replaced by the same footprint. All new appliances, all new countertops, obviously the tile backsplash. New floors went in first. Homeowners did all the demo. Amish hardwood floor, Amish installed. Amish cabinet maker, Amish installed. Me, appliances, of course the tile, faucet, all the underplumbing, dishwasher, lights, a new switch. There might have been a few other things in there. So that was me. I was kind of like the every other guy. When they called me back for the backsplash, I was looking at it. My numbers were running anywhere from $1,600 to $2,000 more if it was glass tile in order to do all of this, because it is a 3-day event when it comes right down to it. Really great clients, and so I said, I'll do it for $1,200. And I think I included an additional $100 for materials. So I bought like the wall mastic and caulk and stuff. They furnished the tile, they bought the grout. It was nice to really, kind of get them in under the wire with a good quality tile job, but not charging an arm and a leg for it. So did I make any money? I did. Did I make what I wanted to? Absolutely not. Am I very happy with this? Absolutely. Great, great clients. Hope they call me back. I can't cut them a break every time, but I hope they call me back if they have projects. They're just really nice to work for. Hey folks, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Great way to say thanks to the channel, and it's free to you. Yay. Ring that bell if you want to get notified when I drop a new video. And I hope you, whatever you are having, whatever you're going to go out there and do, I hope you have a great day because you deserve it. I hope you see me